Perhaps the most important part of defending yourself is a willingness to fight as hard as you can. Hi everyone, it's John with today's active self-protection lesson. I'm not positive where this one comes from. If you have more information, please put it in a comment and I will add it to the description. Shows here an armed robbery when one of the victims just isn't gonna have it. And teaches some important lessons here about choosing the right opportunity to protect yourself, about going hard no matter what, and working as a team to protect yourself. These guys are just sitting on the curb when a guy comes up, points a gun at him, and announces a robbery there. He says, hey, I want your wallets and stuff. And so these guy's got a gun on him, right? So he's going to comply. You can see the guy's got a big bag in his hand or something. So bonks that guy in the head with a gun. I bet you that frustrated the heck out of him, probably hurt. And that made him decide to go. He's like, nope, I'm not going to get shot by this guy. And he decides to grab his gun and go for him, practice those 5Ds. Thankfully, the guy on the motorcycle decides to bug out. And these guys 2-on-1 beat him up. And you can actually see one of them took his gun away and right there took a shot at him. The other two guys grabbed the guy's stuff. And this one, thankfully, is over. Let's go back and learn some lessons on this one. As always, there's 8 lessons on our website, links to more information, and there's a link to that in the description. First of all, here is compliance in this moment. You know what I mean? You got to be at a time to launch a counter ambush, and this is not it. That gun's not within an arm's length. So those 5Ds +1, the +1 is distance. You got to have the right distance if you're going to get your hands in the fight. They don't here, so compliance is the right thing until they do. Now, as he closes the distance here, one of the things that we're going to see with this first armed robber is he bonks this guy right on the head, and boy, I bet you that had to hurt. You got to control your heart, though, so that you go when the moment is right. And he did, and decided at this moment to go because he said, look, I've got the distance covered. Now I'm just going to go because he wasn't going to be a victim. He knew he was going to be if he didn't. So now that's deflect, dominate, distract, disarm, disable. You see him dominate there, but one thing I do want to pay attention to is the second guy on the motorcycle has a gun out as well. That trailing accomplice, or some people call them tail gunners, you know, man, that guy can do a lot of damage as well. And so you got to pay attention to multiple attackers. You can see the shot that he took there, but thankfully our defender was moving. And so I think it missed him there. And that's a great reason to keep moving in a fight. Don't be a stationary target. You got to keep on the move. So thankfully the guy on the motorcycle decides to bug out, and now it's 2-on-1. And these two guys are going to town on him. Work together as a team. You know, if you have somebody that's around all the time, if your spouse is a self-defender, you work with a partner, make sure you know how to communicate and work together to disarm, to disable a bad guy. These guys knock his helmet off, and then one of them actually wrestles the gun away from him here. And one of the things you're going to notice, there's 2 shots that he takes with that guy's gun. Now he's chasing him down and shooting after him. I don't recommend that you do that necessarily. I get it in the heat of the moment. You know, you want to give him a little bit of what for, but instead I'd recommend get yourself to safety and don't pursue a fleeing bad guy. Worked out for him in this case. Thankfully, no one of the good guys looks like to me was hurt. I think they did a really good job of covering their asp.